Stop! 50 inches of snow is falling right now near Syracuse, and this is just the beginning. What I'm about to show you is the most dangerous weather pattern we've seen in years. This massive snow bomb is already burying communities, but an even bigger atmospheric reorganization is officially underway. But here's what should absolutely terrify you. Before that pattern shift hits, a potentially historic snow bomb is about to detonate. We're tracking a catastrophic snow event targeting the Great Lakes and Northeast, where some locations will be completely buried alive. I'm talking about 20 to 50 inches of snow, that's not a typo, driven by absolutely relentless lake effect snow bands. Just outside Syracuse, New York, snowfall totals could exceed 50 inches within the next 40 hours. That's over 1 inch per hour for 40 straight hours. And here's what should grab your attention. After this snow apocalypse ends, the atmosphere is going to go completely wild. The jet stream is about to shift into a meridional flow pattern that will keep the atmosphere unsettled and absolutely volatile next week. That setup will support the return of massive winter storms and even severe weather threats for millions as we head into 2026. This is the kind of atmospheric revolution that meteorologists have nightmares about. Multiple threats hitting simultaneously. So buckle up, because we're breaking down exactly what you need to know about this weather pattern explosion that's about to reshape early 2026. But first, let me give you the critical timing, because what happens in the next 72 hours will determine your safety. It's currently 9 a.m. on January 1st, 2026, and multiple weather emergencies are developing simultaneously across the United States. By noon today, the lake effect snow near Syracuse will intensify to absolutely catastrophic levels, with snowfall rates of 3 to 5 inches per hour. Tonight at 6 p.m., blizzard conditions will peak across western New York, with winds gusting to 60 miles per hour, creating zero visibility. Tomorrow morning, by 8 a.m., January 2nd, we're expecting the first wave of emergency declarations across multiple counties. But here's what makes this timing so dangerous. Most people have no idea what's coming in the next 48 to 72 hours. Let me start with the jet stream, because this is what's controlling our atmospheric chaos across the United States right now. Currently, we have Arctic air officially on the move, with our jet stream angled out of the northwest across the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and Northeast. This Arctic invasion brought snow squalls that rolled through Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York last night, creating whiteout conditions. And now that all that snow has moved out, we have brutal Arctic air locked in place, making it dangerously cold around the Great Lakes. This Arctic siege will continue over the next couple of days as our jet stream remains angled out of the northwest. All sorts of frigid air will remain entrenched from North Dakota back through Maine. We're talking about a massive cold dome. While that's happening, a high-pressure system is building back over the southern plains that will completely reshape our weather pattern. It's not going to intensify quickly until Sunday or Monday, but over the next few days, it will progressively strengthen. That means we're about to see warmer and drier air building across the West Coast and across most of the Great Plains. But this ridge won't intensify rapidly, because we're actually tracking a small storm system that's going to cross the West Coast. That system will bring some scattered showers and mountain snow before moving inland and weakening significantly. Here's where things get absolutely insane. By Sunday and Monday, our weather pattern is going to flip completely. We're looking at ridging building across huge portions of the Central Plains, Midwest, and Mississippi River Valley. Our polar jet stream will be lifted very far north, while troughing develops along the west coast. That means big storms are going to absolutely hammer the West Coast on Sunday and Monday. After those storms hit and settle, we're going to see several of them make their way east into the Great Plains, Midwest, Ohio Valley, and East Coast. Things are going to get extremely active by the middle of next week once these storms roll over the Rocky Mountains. And as this troughing pattern continues off to the west, we're going to see multiple storm systems during the first couple weeks of 2026. I think things are about to get pretty wild here pretty soon. We're looking at big storms developing within a week or less. But there's an absolutely crazy snow event about to occur that will shock you with its intensity. Now let me break down exactly what's happening hour by hour, because timing is everything for your safety. Right now at 9 a.m., January 1st, heavy lake effect snow is already pounding areas south of Syracuse with rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour. By 11 a.m. this morning, snowfall rates will increase to 3 to 4 inches per hour, creating the first travel emergencies. At 1 p.m. today, we expect the snow band to intensify further, with rates reaching 4 to 5 inches per hour. By 3 p.m. this afternoon, emergency services will likely begin suspending operations due to impossible travel conditions. At 6 p.m. tonight, winds will increase dramatically, creating blizzard conditions with zero visibility. Tomorrow morning, January 2nd at 6 a.m., the lake effect band will still be locked in place, continuing the snow disaster. By noon, January 2nd, total snow accumulations could reach 30 to 35 inches in the hardest hit areas south of Syracuse. And by Friday morning, January 3rd, some locations could see their final totals approaching or exceeding 50 inches. Now let me show you the specific impacts this will create across different regions starting today. Western New York, from Buffalo to Syracuse. You're looking at the absolute worst conditions with life-threatening snow accumulations. Interstate 81 from Syracuse north to Watertown will become completely impassable by this evening. Route 11 and Route 13 south of Syracuse will be buried under several feet of snow by tomorrow morning. The thruway from Syracuse to Buffalo could see 50-mile stretches with zero visibility tonight. Central New York airports, including Syracuse Hancock, will close operations by early afternoon today. Emergency services in Oswego, Jefferson, and Lewis counties will be overwhelmed by tonight. Power outages are expected to affect 100,000-plus customers by tomorrow morning due to heavy snow on power lines. Now let me break down what's happening with temperatures, because this creates additional dangers. Current temperatures across the affected snow zone are running 5 to 10 degrees below zero. With wind chills tonight dropping to 15 to 25 degrees below zero, frostbite becomes a major threat. Anyone trapped in vehicles during blizzard conditions faces life-threatening exposure risks. Hypothermia can set in within 30 minutes for anyone caught outside without proper protection. Carbon monoxide poisoning risk increased dramatically when people use generators or camp stoves indoors for heat. Now let me show you what's developing beyond this current snow disaster, because it gets even more intense. A massive temperature revolution is about to occur across the central United States starting Sunday. While the Northeast continues dealing with this historic snow, the Great Plains will experience record-breaking warmth. By Monday, January 6th, temperatures in Nebraska could reach 35 degrees above normal for this time of year. We're talking about potential record highs in the 60s and 70s from Kansas to Minnesota. This extreme temperature gradient will set the stage for explosive storm development next week. Tuesday, January 7th, marks the beginning of what could be the most active weather pattern we've seen in months. A powerful storm system will begin forming over the Rockies with the potential for historic impacts. By Wednesday, January 8th, this storm will be moving across the Central Plains, bringing multiple threats. Heavy snow on the north side, severe thunderstorms on the south side, and ice storms in between. Thursday, January 9th could bring blizzard conditions to parts of Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. The same system could produce severe weather outbreaks across the Mississippi River Valley. Friday, January 10th, will see this storm reaching the East Coast with major implications for the I-95 corridor. New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Boston could all see significant winter weather impacts. But here's what makes next week's pattern even more dangerous. It's just the beginning. The jet stream configuration suggests multiple storm systems will follow in rapid succession. Weekend, January 11th to 12th, could bring another major storm system across the same general areas. The following week, January 13th to 17th, shows potential for additional significant weather events. We could be looking at the most active 2-week period for severe winter weather in several years. Now, let me give you specific preparation steps you need to take immediately. If you're in the current lake effect zone near Syracuse, you need emergency supplies right now. food and water for at least 7 days because roads will be impassable for an extended period. Backup heating sources are critical because power outages are inevitable with this much snow. Battery-powered weather radios and charge devices to maintain communication during emergencies. Medications and medical supplies because emergency services won't be able to reach you. For those outside the immediate snow zone, you need to prepare for next week's storm threats. Review your severe weather plans because tornadoes are possible across the southern storm track. Winter weather kits for vehicles because travel conditions will deteriorate rapidly. Generator fuel and supplies because ice storms can cause extended power outages. Now let me explain why this pattern is so historically significant. The combination of extreme lake effect snow followed by rapid pattern changes is extremely rare. Computer models are showing consistency that we rarely see for such an active pattern. The temperature contrast developing will fuel storm systems with incredible energy. This is the kind of atmospheric setup that creates the weather events we remember for decades. January 2026 could become one of the most talked about weather months in recent history. The National Weather Service has already indicated they're monitoring this pattern with extreme concern. Emergency management agencies are pre-positioning resources across multiple states. When the professionals are this worried about a weather pattern, everyone should pay attention. Here's what you need to know about the economic impacts this weather will create. The current Syracuse snow event alone could cause hundreds of millions in damages. Roof collapses from extreme snow loads will affect thousands of buildings. Supply chain disruptions will affect grocery stores and essential services across the region. Next week's storm sequence could impact air travel across the entire eastern United States. Thousands of flight cancellations and delays are expected during the busiest travel period. Agricultural impacts from ice storms could affect food prices for months. Energy demand will spike to dangerous levels, putting stress on power grids. Insurance claims from this pattern could reach into the billions of dollars. But beyond the immediate impacts, this pattern signals something even more significant. The atmospheric changes we're seeing suggest winter 2026 will be extremely active. Polar vortex disruptions are likely, which would bring more Arctic air intrusions. La Niña conditions are supporting more active storm tracks across the United States. Climate patterns suggest we could see multiple historic weather events this winter. The frequency of extreme weather events appears to be increasing significantly. This makes preparation and awareness more important than ever before. Now let me address some specific questions I know you're asking right now. Can the models be wrong about these extreme snow amounts near Syracuse? High-resolution models are showing remarkable consistency for this lake effect event. The atmospheric setup is textbook perfect for persistent, heavy lake effect snow. Water temperatures on Lake Ontario are still warm enough to fuel extreme snowfall rates. The wind direction will keep snow bands locked in place for extended periods. Will travel be possible at all during the height of this event? Absolutely not. Roads will be completely impassable in the heaviest snow zones. Even snowplows will be unable to keep up with snowfall rates of 4 to 5 inches per hour. Emergency vehicles will be unable to respond to calls in the worst affected areas. Anyone attempting to drive will be risking their lives and hampering rescue efforts. How confident are we about next week's major storm threats? The pattern change is showing up consistently across all major forecast models. While specific storm tracks may vary, the overall active pattern is highly likely. Temperature gradients will be extreme enough to support significant storm development. The jet stream configuration is ideal for multiple storm systems. As we wrap up, let me give you the key takeaways from everything we've covered today. Historic lake effect snow is happening right now and will continue through Friday. Some areas near Syracuse could see 40 to 50 inches of snow in just 48 hours. This is a life-threatening situation requiring immediate preparation and extreme caution. Next week brings a major pattern change with multiple storm threats. Severe weather, winter storms, and ice events are all possible across different regions. The rest of January 2026 looks to be extremely active with additional significant events likely. This is a historic weather pattern that will be remembered for years to come. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on because this story is far from over. I'll be providing frequent updates as these dangerous conditions develop. Leave your location in the comments and I'll provide specific guidance for your area. Share this information with friends and family who might be affected by these weather threats. Follow me on social media for real-time updates between these longer videos. The safety of you and your family depends on staying informed about rapidly changing conditions. This is exactly the kind of weather pattern that separates the prepared from the vulnerable. Take these warnings seriously and make sure you're ready for whatever nature throws at us next. The atmosphere is about to become extremely dangerous, but with proper preparation, you can stay safe. From historic snow happening right now to major storms next week, January 2026 will be unforgettable. I'll be here tracking every development and keeping you informed every step of the way. Stay safe out there, take this seriously, and prepare for what could be the weather event of the decade. This is just the beginning of what promises to be an absolutely legendary winter pattern. Until the next update, stay weather aware and stay prepared. Your life could depend on it.